Angry Ranter Gaming, motherfuck.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Marcus Levy, Angry Ranter here, for episode 3 of Let's Play Fate. So we decided to take Johnny Bowman, our man, Angry Ranter here, into the dungeon to start his quest of adventuring. We've plowed through the first level of the dungeon pretty quickly, actually. I don't think it took us more than maybe 13 minutes. But, oh god. Rats, oh there we go, there's a crit. Attack the gel. No more Advil today, friend. Okay. But now we're here on the second level of the dungeon where we actually have quests. So we need to kill Gulzalith, the poisonous ruby gel, and Wraith Crusher, the noxious gel. And once we kill them both, that's when we will go back to town for the first time. The best times to go back to town are in those moments when you have finished when you finished all the quests on a particular level. Usually I try and find quests that are on the particular level I'm on, or you just have to hope for a Gets the Traveler or a Pico the Fisherman. Because though Pico only sells fish, you can sell any item back to him, and everyone has unlimited money. So you can just do it constantly. So there's the way down to level 3, so at least we know it was actually like right next to the entrance. Fishing spot. Fish will transform your pet for either a particular amount of time or permanently, depending on the quality of fish, into the various creatures of the dungeon. So essentially it's like having one of them as your ally. And there are a few that I like transforming your pet into a griffin, or into a tiger, or even into a dragon. Those are some of my absolute favorites. It's just... But every once in a while I like to start off by just transforming my pet into a spider. Just a little one. Not too big. Oh, sniped! One-shotted. That's what I'm talking about. So Ish is about to level up. Ooh, Goblin, level 2. And Ish has increased in power. Okay, actually, sauce me that forest bow. I need 30 dexterity in order to use that, which we'll get on the next level. And it does 3 to 8, and forest bow is the next class of bow. So I'm going to hold on to that, because I can then upgrade to using it. Oh, death cap. Oh, there we go. Okay, you know what? I should probably attack the thing that's fighting me here. That would probably make a hell of a lot more sense. Spear of Greed, nice. And the Wooden Club of the Grand. I absolutely love it. Right now, we're not going to find too many, big name enchanted items. That comes later. Come on, die, you little bastard. Oh, crap. Nope, you can't shoot through the wall, dipshit. There we go. Got him. Haha. Okay, you take that. No, get the stupid buckler, cat. Okay. So this is a bow with a socket, which I definitely would be okay with having used had it had the circumstances called for it. But I have a nice enchanted bow, which will be the first item that we were going to retire. I believe your child also gets access to the stuff that you put in the chest. I can't remember if that's the case, or if it's just whatever's on your person when you retire, and so you can put stuff in the chest if you want to then put it on your person for when you retire. I can't quite remember. It's been a long time since I beat the game. Hey. I thought you'd get... Okay, really? Yeah, why are you gonna play me like that? Come on, why do you have to do that to me? Oh, cut out. Oh, come on. I'm getting sniped. Little bitch. Okay, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you first and foremost. No, fuck this goblin.
My health is failing.
I know my health is failing. I'm gonna have to take a potion. Even though I'm so close to a level. You can also just shift click and toss items into your pet's inventory. Now if I send my pet, it will be 20 seconds because we are down on the second level of the dungeon. Man, so close to a level up. Only a couple hundred EXP. And it was like, your health is failing. And I was like, no, please, no! So another part of the Fate game, too, is the death mechanic, which is very interesting. If you die, you get given 3 options. Either quit and return back to menu, which then means, I think they pick an option for you if you choose to then return to the game. I don't think the game has a permadeath option that I'm aware of. Even, I think, on the legendary difficulty. Otherwise, it wouldn't count your death count. But your other options usually include losing out on a massive chunk of EXP, something like 30 to 40% of the current EXP towards the level, in order to continue the fight exactly where you are. Or, you're gone, bitch. Or, you end up basically dropping all your gold and items right where you are, getting transported 3 levels up, and kind of having to start over again. So that's why I'm saying the death mechanic in this game, super interesting, super unique for any of these kinds of games, because you don't generally see stuff like that. Ish, you are supposed to be the damage sponge. You remember we discussed this. We discussed this a while back. I have a bow. I'm not exactly carrying another type of weapon, and unfortunately, I don't think in this game you get you definitely don't get it in this game, but I think it's possible in another game to gain a second class of weapon. Okay, you see that neon? That's a boss. So we got to take out Wraith Crusher. Okay, move a little closer because you are not hitting. He's got a 20% piercing weakness, which means I do 20% more damage. And we're about to gain some fame. Haha, baby!
The quest is completed.
Okay, so that's just Gimbo Tell's quest. But until we defeat the next gel. But you notice I'm not going back to town. But you notice we got some fame now. We'll get more when the time comes. But I'm going to up my dexterity to 30. So I have the opportunity. Critical strikes now, up over 4%. And I do extra damage with bow. Which means it's now time to unequip, which eventually we're going to retire the short bow of Spines, who has managed to kill 97. I almost think we should just get it to 100. Let's get it to 100, and then we'll swap it out. Get it up to 100. Yeah, come on. Oh, there we go. It's 98, 99. Year number 100 on the top 100 on the Billboard Top 100. There we go. Got it to a nice round hundo. And now it's time to use the Force Bow, which now does 6 to 13 damage over the 4 to 9. So, upgraded! That's what I mean. Bows are more about your dexterity skill than anything. And so, I will focus more on, like, vitality later. Ah, there's Pico! Excellent. Oh, fucking eat it! Oh, that was 20 damage! That's a big... Man, that's a lot of damage, at least right now. Okay, so I'm going to do that to identify it. Pop those in there, and the pet can go and talk to Pico. We are going to dump all the items. I'm going to buy that for me so we can do a little fishing. But I'm going to take a look at what they have. So we appear to have a few smalls, which, depending, are 300... or 120 seconds. So I'm going to go for a small beta.
Your pet has been transformed.
To show you what I mean. So I just transformed Ish into a tiger. A nocturne stalker. And then, of course, I'm going to show you what I mean by fishing. So it's a timed fishing mechanic, just like in Pokemon and all these other games. You'll see an exclamation mark pop up over Buddy's head here, eventually. And because the game's randomized, you could end up with fish or items or something. Anything, really. They really aren't biting in this level of the dungeon. And I missed. Sometimes you gotta be quick on it. Got one. And sometimes you can find flawless ones. So this fingerling silverfin is a snow stalker. So that's another type of cat, which we will do later. But if you find a flawless one, you can actually turn your pet permanently into one of these creatures, which I think is cool. And sometimes we can also have both Pico and Gets the Traveler on the same level. which I think is nice. Because then not only do you have 2 sell points... Oh, here's the next boss. There we go. Fuck him up. Oh, Galazeth, you've gone down.
You have completed the
Okay, so I'm just going to cut around this corner here. And before we go back to town, I just want to clear everything around here. Just to make sure we're safe. And we're going to use our first town portal scroll. Now that we've completed these quests, the opportunity to go around and get our EXP is super important. But remember, first stop, as always, would be Drea. So now that we have 142 fame, you'll see that his price has gone down. Because what he's going to do, essentially, is top you off and finish your level off. Okay. So the 2 quests we completed belong to these guys here. So he gave me the Ruby Ring of Hair, as well as some experience and fame. Fame went up to 266. This is a good starter, sort of buff. Because it's actually quite beneficial, especially at this point of the game, to only get very basic enchantments. So you don't become super attached to something when you're like level 1 and it gives you a lot of buffs, but then you don't need it later and you find better things that serve you better when you're a higher level. Okay, so our fame's up to 388. This should be at about 1,000 or less, which means I can afford it. So we are now promoted to Angry Ranter the Tolerated. I'm going to up both of these to 5. Which means we now do about 6.5% chance for critical, which is great. And we are now up to 8 to 15 damage with the current bow. I'm now going to take his quest. So he's got a quest on level 5. This guy's got a quest on level 3, so that's fine. So a quest on level 4 would probably be best. But we're still going to be back in the town later anyway. I'm going to talk to my boy Demo Nor over here, who gives us a second quest on the 3rd level. I like that. So that is to destroy a skeleton who's level 3, and this one is to destroy a mottled lurker who is a spider and his bat minions. Be able to take him out pew, 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 with the freaking bow. It'll be great. Okay. So what I want to do now is get us a book of Town Portal, since that's kind of a... So I consider that to be kind of a basic necessity. So we're going to start off with a book of Town Portal, another fresh book of Identify. I'm going to hold on to that, but I will take the rest of his stock of basic potions. And then, of course, after 100 kills in the dungeon, we're going to retire the short bow of spines. Now we have our generic forest bow, which is our next stage of the game. But we currently have no actual armor, because, well, when you're using a two-handed weapon, that sort of gets rid of the immediate first thing, which would be shields. We do have a slight movement speed bonus of literally 1%. It's totally negligible in terms of anything but die rolls for the RNG. So then, ooh, crossbow. Okay, that does 5 to 8. 5 to 8 is a little bit more reliable, but crossbows are also very, very basic. I am going to have to increase my strength. I'm going to want to wear anything. 5 to 8 is far more reliable than 3 to 8, but also I'm kind of going with your generic bow here over over crossbow class. Maybe my son or daughter will be a crossbower, because look at this. You've got tons of different longbows, compact longbows, superior compact longbows. Obviously, I cannot afford anything but this wooden club. And essentially, to show you what gambling would be like, I'm going to buy it. And look at that. It just so happens to be a superior weapon. Unfortunately, it's worth a fraction of what I paid for it. But it is still a rare enchanted item. Now it's worth 6,000 when gambled. You're really in it for the enchantments. You're not really in it for anything else. But I at least wanted to show you guys what that gambling functionality was like, because we're going to make a ton more money going through levels of the dungeon. There's so much crap that we're going to eventually pick up. And having a cellar down here in the dungeon, very helpful. So let's just continue our, tirade of this particular level of the dungeon. Ish still has another minute 15 on being transformed, and then right before it finishes, I will transform Ish to the second transformation that I have queued up, which is another tiger, realistically. Ooh, rat! Ha! One-shotted, bitch. Oh, there's a death cap. Hey, you. Oh, it appears I have your attention. You take that, because I don't really have a need for it. But I could use some boots, or a basic belt, or something. Anything you guys want to give me for armor. Otherwise, I'm literally a damage sponge. And that's supposed to be your job.
Your path has been transformed.
Alright, we're going to refresh it to a different type of tiger. Maybe a liger or something. Oh god, death cap. Taken to task. I love it. Okay, I'm going to identify that. Small shield of greed. If you do not identify the items, they will unfortunately only be sold as if they are generic items. That is not what we want. Oh god. I'm not supposed to be eating damage-ish. Oh. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Could you come back here to die? Excellent. Okay, so now... have I explored the entire level? Yeah, I think we have. But it's always best to run back to Pico. Nope, we have not explored the entire level. Oh, because clearly there's a death cap right there. Take that. I'm gonna go this way just in case we find any more enemies over here that we want to take care of. And it's always good to run to any cellar that you have on the level and just empty your inventory right before the level's over. Okay, so it appears there's a few urns in that back corner that we didn't explore. Quite important because you never know what they're hiding. It could be nothing, but if you're wandering through a random dungeon killing things, it's just fun to smash things. It gives you the opportunity to do it. Why the hell not? Ish has 100% ice resistance currently, but only 20 seconds left before Ish transforms back into just being a kitty cat. So Ish, go sell. Get rid of all these generic items. Before we go, let's see what I can fish up. 3 fishing sessions, let's go. Fuck, I panicked and I blinked at the wrong time and clicked. That did not count, so 3 fishing sessions from now. Let's see what we can find. Fishing in the dungeon. Fishing in the dungeon. Yeah, got something. Okay, so I got an emerald ring. That's an item to sell. Basically, they say if the fish ate an item, the fish is kind of useless. And I'm like, wow. I don't get the fish. Sometimes you don't care about the items, but sometimes you find super rare items. Because it's to be assumed that there were a lot of other adventurers, according to the story, that would have come before you, trying to stop the... I fucking panic clicked again. That doesn't count. 2 more. 2 more. When it takes too long, I blink and then miss it. Ah, that was a good one. Got a fingerling clownfish. Fingerlings are 2 minutes. Or a minute and a half, sorry. Fingerling dory. So we got... yeah, they're 2 minutes. So you got 2 minutes on each of these. So there's a salamander. And then this one is a venomous wyvern, which is great. I'm going to get rid of this ring. And we are going to head to the next level of the dungeon. Do our end of dungeon stat check. As we have cleared our 2nd level of the dungeon. It may look easy now, but fate is going to get harder. There will be times where it'll just be like, oh, 10 unicorns on screen and lag? Fun. Because that's just how the game likes to do things sometimes. Journal. We're at over 34 minutes played, with over 3,000 steps, over 8,000 gold gathered, 2 quests, 2 depth, no deaths, 109 monsters defeated, 2 bosses, no spells, 9 chests, 85 barrels, 1 potion, 1 portal, 4 fish, and I gambled once just to show you guys how it was done. Don't hesitate to like and subscribe, and we have 2 quests on the 3rd level that you're going to see next time. Alright, y'all. Peace out.